going to take you through some stretches that can help to ease off any sciatic pain or any tightness that you're having around the outside of your hips. So if you're not sure what sciatica is, it's just when we get some pain in the glute, and that pain can travel down the back of your leg, and that just comes from all the muscles in your glute being really tight and just compressing on that nerve. So what we're going to do is just go through a few stretches to help loosen off this whole area, a little bit down the hamstrings. First stretch we're going to do is going to target our glutes and is going to really help to get a little bit of rotation into our hips. And if you do have any tightness in your glutes, feel any pinching on that nerve, this one's really going to help. So we're going to have a chair. We're going to sit down on the edge of the chair. You're just going to cross one leg over. So cross the foot over. Just bring it to where it's comfortable. I would just have it on the ankle. So have it over the thigh on the ankle, and then with your outside hand, you're just going to put a little bit of pressure on that knee. You're going to try and sit up nice and tall. So we're sticking our bum out a little bit just to get more of a stretch into the glutes, and we're trying to keep our chest up nice and tall. This might be enough for you here. If this is enough for you, we're just going to hold. If you feel like you can take it a little bit further, what we can do is always lead in with the chest. If you've got the space here as well, lead in with the chest. I'm going to start to lean forwards ever so slightly until that stretch is enough for me. So you might be able to get further than me, you might not get as far as me, doesn't matter, just take it to your limit. So we're just coming forwards as far as we can, still leading with the chest. So I want to keep my shoulders back the whole time, leading with my chest. And we're just going to hold here. The longer you hold it, the more you might feel that you're able to start moving forwards a little bit further. So if you feel like that, as we hold it, if you feel like you can bring it a little bit farther forwards, we're going to go for it. One thing I want you to avoid is trying to come too far forwards and round in your back. If we do that, it just shifts our pelvis a little bit and takes the stretch out of our glutes. So always lead with the chest. Chest goes forward first, and you can even use your hands to pull on your leg a little bit just for a little bit more tension. While we're in this stretch, we want to just do a little activation at the same time. Just really helps to convince your central nervous system that you're safe in this position. So once we do this little activation, you might find that you're able to get a little bit further. So from here, come into your lowest point. All you're going to do is press with your knee and your ankle down. So as if I'm trying to push through my leg, I'm just pushing my leg down towards the floor. So I'm pressing with this top leg, I'm trying to push my knee down further, trying to push my ankle down through this leg. You're going to feel this on the back, you're going to feel this around the side of your glute, but on this leg. So on the leg that we're stretching, we're just going to hold here for another 5 seconds. And then in 3, 2, 1, you're going to relax that leg, keeping it where it is. Again, leading with the chest, you're going to see if you can come a little bit further forwards. And then we're just going to do that 2 more times. So with this leg that we're stretching, we're going to press down with the ankle, with the knee, pushing down towards the floor for another few seconds. And then in 3, 2, 1, you're going to relax that leg, keep it where it is, see if you can come a little bit farther forwards. Then we're going to do it 1 more time. So pushing that knee down, push the foot down, just pressing as hard as you comfortably can, just holding it for about 10 seconds. So we'll go for another 5, and then in 3, 2, 1, you're going to relax that leg, see if you can pull yourself forwards just a little bit more. We're just going to hold here for a few seconds. Good, and then we're going to relax. So you can take that leg off, you can rest that leg down, shake it off if you need to. We're just going to repeat on the other side. So exact same thing, we're just bringing that foot up to the knee, and we're pressing this outside knee down a little bit. You might have a difference from one side to the other in how far your knee will go down. That's totally fine. We're just going to work to even that up a little bit. So from here, just applying pressure to the outside of that knee, holding the ankle where it is. So my ankle is just over the top of my thigh. And then again, pushing my chest forwards, pushing my bum back. I want to really feel the stretch down behind this glute. And then if you feel like you can start to come forwards, again, avoiding coming into this rounded position. So I always want to lead with my chest, bringing my chest forwards. Good, and then we're going to do the same thing that we did on the other leg. I'm just going to actively push this knee down towards the floor, push my ankle down into my leg. We're just going to hold for about 10 seconds. Good, another 5. In 3, 2, 1. You're going to relax that leg. See if you can bring yourself forwards just a little bit more. Good, and then we're going to do the same thing. So pressing the ankle down into my leg, trying to push that knee further down towards the floor. Really important that you use the strength in your leg and not your hands. So I'm not pushing down with my arms, I'm using the muscles in my legs to allow this to happen. So I'm pushing down with my knee, down with my ankle, and in 3, 2, 1, you're going to relax that leg. See if you can come further forwards again, and then we're just going to do it one more time. So push the ankle down into your thigh, push the knee down towards the floor. Going to hold for about 10 seconds. And 5, 3, 2, 1. Relax that leg again. See if you can come just that little bit further forwards. Good, and relax. We'll just place that foot down. Shake the leg off if you need to. So another stretch that can help to ease off any sciatic type pain, if you're having it, is stretching off our hamstrings. So we're just going to plant our feet down. You're going to step one foot in front of the other. We can start to stick our bum out. So I'm keeping my feet flat on the floor, sticking my bum out, and then my hands can rest on the bent leg, and I'm leading with my chest. So I don't want to be rounded. Think about that pelvic position. You want to stick the bum out. It really helps us to lengthen the hamstrings and feel that stretch. So hands can rest on this bent leg, and I'm leading with my chest, so I'm trying to keep my shoulders back. We're just going to hold here. If you find that you feel this quite intensely behind your knee, what you can do is have a slight bend in the knee, but really think about that anterior tilt of your pelvis. So I'm trying to think about my hip bone squashing into my thigh, really sticking my bum out to feel that stretch in my hamstrings. If you're totally fine with a straight leg, we'll stick with the straight leg. We're just going to hold here for another 15 seconds. Really concentrate on feeling that stretch right up the thigh. Good, and relax. We're just going to swap sides. So step my other foot forwards, step my opposite foot back, bend through this knee, keep the front leg straight, sticking my bum out. I can just rest onto this bent leg, really trying to stick my bum out, bring that hip bone close to my thigh, lead with my chest, keep my shoulders back. Just trying to feel the stretch right up the back of that leg. Again, if you feel it behind the knee, you'll just have a slight bend through the knee, but really think about sticking that bum out because we want as much length through the hamstrings as possible. But again, if you're fine with a straight leg, we'll stick with a straight leg. We're just going to hold here for another 15 seconds. Really concentrate on keeping that stretch through the hamstrings the whole time. So back of the thigh is where we want to feel it. Good, and relax. We can come out of that. I'm going to take you through another stretch that's going to help to stretch the outside of your hips, and all we're going to need is just something to rest your hand on, just for a little bit of support, because we're going to go into a slight side bend. So if you have any issues with balance, you're going to hold on for this one. So what we're going to do is my inside leg, my right leg, the one that's closest to the chair. It's not the one I'm going to be stretching. I'm actually going to be stretching the left leg. So what I want to do, plant my right leg. Left leg is going to come behind the right leg and just to the inside. And then from here, I want to keep my left leg straight. Right leg can have a slight bend through it, but I want to stick my left hip out to the side. So I'm trying to keep my right foot planted, trying to keep my left foot planted, and just really sticking that hip out to the side. You're going to feel that stretch around here, around the outside of your hip. If you want to do a slightly deeper stretch, we can then take the arm overhead, but really concentrate on pushing that hip out to the side. So we can take the arm overhead, get a little bit of a stretch down the side of our ribs as well. So we're just going to hold here. Hand is just on the chair for support, just to stop me from falling over. And it helps me push against it to really push my hips out to the side. So I'm really trying to keep my feet planted. Left leg, the one that I'm stretching, stays straight. Right leg can have a little slight bend. I'm really trying to keep the feet planted the whole time. Good, and relax. We're just going to take it over to the other side. So I'm going to stretch the opposite side now. So left leg is going to be planted, right leg is going to come behind and just to the inside of my left foot. That leg stays straight, my front foot can have a slight bend through the leg. So I'm going to stick that hip out to the side, can already feel that stretch, trying to really keep my feet planted, sticking that hip out to the side as much as you can, and then if you want a little bit more, you can take the arm overhead as you keep pushing that hip out to the side. So again, hand is just on the chair for a little bit of support, helps me really push that hip out a little bit further. Just take this to where you feel comfortable, we don't have to push it too far. We're just going to hold for about 10 seconds longer. Really concentrate on sticking that hip out as far as you can. Good, and relax. If you want to, you can then just move your hips from side to side to just ease that off a little bit.